Hi, everybody. I am really excited to talk to you about Facebook. So I saw some people are on it. How many are you on it? Cool. How many of you are thinking about it? How many are getting pressured to be on it? Okay. I'm going to talk to you about some of my top Facebook tips. We're going to talk about best practices, best way to use it, some tips on sharing, how you can make sure your privacy is protected, that you're sharing the information to the people you want to make sure are seeing it, and people you don't want to see it, don't see it. We're also going to talk about security. I want to make sure that you're safe, and we're going to talk about our family, because family, how many of you guys are connected to family on Facebook? It's probably the top way my family talks to each other. So I want to give you some tips that I've learned from the whole Facebook family thing. All right, my friends, here's my best practices. Big tip on using Facebook. Did you know that Facebook is really created so that you are you? They want it to be an extension of how you behave in person. That's how you are on Facebook as well. So being you means be nice. And the one thing that people do really feed on is if you're feeling really negative, probably don't want to take it to the Facebook. You also don't want to take it to your friends. You know, you've got that one or two people that you'll quietly, talk about and be snarky. We all need that, Don't put it on Facebook because people do not appreciate that. They don't want to talk to you after they see you being mean all the time. Nobody wants to be mean on Facebook. Facebook is clearly being you on a good day. We all have days where we should stay off of Facebook. I'm going to talk to you about sharing information because how many of you guys who are on Facebook actually post stuff? Because I know a lot of us use it to just read. I want to help you feel comfortable sharing because sometimes you just need that little encouragement. When you see people react, you want to make sure the right people react to your stuff. You don't want to get any snarky comments because you were telling your truths. So I'm going to give you some tips about that. Couple of cool tips that you may not know. When you friend somebody on Facebook, that doesn't mean you have to always see what they say. Do you know what I mean? So when you log into Facebook, the first thing you see is just a whole line of anybody who's talked. Those are all the people that you not only have friended, but you followed. I'm going to help you out because I was just talking to someone who said, I could not read my grandchildren's stuff. It made me mad. And so instead of unfollowing, because you know what? Some people are hurt when you unfollow, when you unfriend. But here's the cool thing. You can unfollow. When you're on your friend page, your friends page, a family member, a friend, you'll notice on the top here, when you friended them, there's two little check boxes. This is a person that you follow, a friend, and there's a little box that says following. What's really great is you don't have to unfollow a person, but you don't need to see their stuff. All you have to do is uncheck that little follow box, and then suddenly you're still friends, but they don't know you're not seeing every post. This is a great way to maintain family relationships. Here's another thing. This is actually very important for my marriage. It's crazy, right? But it's true. My husband, every time he posts on Facebook, I hovered my arrow over the word friends, and I chose an option that says get notifications. So every time he posts to Facebook, I get a little alert in the top corner that says Randy Reeves posted, and I'm paying attention. This is important for me, and there may be a family member or a friend who's like, you didn't know? You didn't see? And you're like, okay, I love you, and I want to be friends and family with you forever and ever, so I'm going to make sure I see everything you say, because that's hard to do. So maintain good relationships. You can turn on get notifications. This is clearly someone you want to see everything. Don't do it with someone that you're like, oh. No, just the people you want to see. I also have him under a category called close friends, and I'm going to talk to you about putting people into categories. For those of you who post and those of you who are going to start posting on Facebook, here's an important tip. Right down here, you have the opportunity very easily to post to the general public, which is anybody in the universe of Facebook, or your friends. That friends option can be altered. You can narrow it down into a very even smaller groupings of people that you want to share your content into. See this little guy right here? It says more options. You can actually then choose different categories beyond the public or just your friends. Okay, so what you have to do is you need to create a bunch of lists, and I'm going to tell you how to create lists, because lists for me has taken that feeling of I don't care, I see too much of that certain stuff or those people, I don't want to hear about those people. I really care about this set of people. You need to create a list of those people. Okay, so here's what you do. You can go to a friend's page, like my husband. And what you need to do is go to the friend box. Once again, when you hover your arrow over friend, this box pops down. And when this box pops down, you can add this person into a list. At the very bottom, if you haven't created any lists yet, there's this little guy here that says new list. And you can start creating all kinds of lists. As you can see, these are some of the ones that people that are like women who rock and people I know on the web. I have people who like to run. I have people that work at AARP. This is what pops up after you hit add another list. That's what you're going to click on. So here's what you get to do. When you start writing a post, you can pick whatever group, whatever list you've created. So I have a list called AARP Tech, and they're all people who are my friends that work at AARP Tech. When you're posting to lists, that's one way to keep what you're saying very specific, right? So another thing that you can do is you can actually read from those specific people. You can just look at what they're saying. So say I wanted to go and create lists about different parts of my family and different parts of my friends. Here's how you do it. So at the top left-hand corner of Facebook, everybody has this. This is what it looks like. It has your name and then some basic spots where it's your news feed, messages, events, blah, blah, blah. But then you can keep scrolling down. And there's one section that says friends. And next to friends, when you put your arrow over it, there's a word that says more. When you click on more, something magical happens. You come into a section called friends. And if you haven't created the list yet, you can also do it here. But you can also notice you go down and there's all kinds of different names of different lists of people you want to read. You click on that and you go right to it. But here's something really cool. Remember I was showing you that top left-hand section with the things that are always there? When you hover your arrow over this teeny, tiny little gear, you have the opportunity to add a specific list of friends or family into that top section. It's called Add to Favorites. And when you add to favorites, every time you log in, all you have to do is just click on it, and you've got that list of people. So now instead of just seeing the news feed of everything, you can just click on Important Family. So notice I added to favorites, and now my top corner has all the standard stuff and my important family. It is completely life-changing when you're tired of the noise and you know you come to Facebook to watch 5 people. And those 5 people want to know that you're watching. What's really nice is once they're in there, you can move them around. This little teeny tiny gearbox is available from your favorites area as well. And you can move it around, you can get rid of it. It's pretty customizable. These are the secrets. Other things that are great about lists. How many of you guys play games on Facebook? All right. If you have a collection of friends on Facebook who also play games, you can create your gamer list and then only share your gaming posts to the gaming friends you have. Because I don't know about you, but I know people who are passionately against looking at game stuff, and it drives them nutty. But those who use games on Facebook love it. But you don't want to lose friends over games. Game list is great. Nobody gets annoyed.